Hi, this is Stephanie Lavin of Tellybean Knits, and today I want to show you how to use Kitchener stitch to graft the final 4 stitches of your I-cord bind off. You've just completed a 2-stitch I-cord bind off. You have 4 stitches left on your needles, and now it's time to graft those stitches together. Right now I have 2 stitches on my right hand needle and 2 stitches on my left hand needle, and I need to cleanly join them. So I'm going to use Kitchener stitch to do that. I have already cut my yarn. I have about 8 inches of yarn on my needles. You can use about 6 to 8 inches of yarn here, and I've placed that onto a tapestry needle. The first thing I need to do is to prepare the direction of my needles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate my right hand needle so that the point is facing the same direction as the left hand needle. So I'll just rotate that needle so that the needles are parallel. And that places the left-hand needle in front and the right-hand needle in back. Let me show you that one more time. So we start right-hand needle, left-hand needle, and I'm just going to rotate the right-hand needle so that the points are facing in the same direction and the 2 needles are parallel to one another. I'm going to bring my yarn between those needles to the front of my work. Since you don't have very many needles or very many stitches on your needles right now, they might want to jump off of your needle. So just be careful, try to keep your finger holding those in place. Okay, let's begin with the setup for Kitchener stitch. For the setup, you are going to begin, bring that a little closer. You're going to begin by inserting your tapestry needle purlwise into the first stitch on your front needle. Pull the yarn through. You want to do that gently. You don't need to pull really tight here, just enough so that it doesn't have any extra hanging loop. And we're going to leave that stitch on the front needle. The next thing we're going to do is insert the tapestry needle into the back stitch knitwise and pull that tapestry needle through the first stitch on the back needle gently, but leave that stitch on the back needle. And you can see I'm using my index finger to keep that from jumping off the needles. I'm also using my thumb on this front stitch just to hold these front stitches in place at the same time. This is especially helpful if you're using slippery needles. It can be helpful if you're really finding that things are slippery to switch these out for wooden needles. Now we've completed the setup for the Kitchener stitch, and we are ready to begin grafting the stitches together. So the first step is to use your tapestry needle, and we're going to insert it knitwise into the first stitch on the front needle. This time we're going to carefully scoot that stitch off of the end of the front needle and gently pull that together. Now we need to insert the tapestry needle purlwise into the stitch on the front needle, and we are going to leave that stitch on the front needle. Gently pull that yarn. If it doesn't close up entirely, don't worry, because you can always make adjustments to tension after you've completed your Kitchener stitch. Now we're going to insert the tapestry needle purlwise into the first stitch on the back needle, and we're going to bring that loop off of the needle and gently pull the yarn through. Next, we'll insert our tapestry needle knitwise into the stitch on the back needle, and we're going to leave that stitch on the needle. Next, bring your tapestry needle to the front needle and insert knitwise. Pull that through and then bring that loop off of the needle. Gently pull that yarn. I'm going to just drop my front needle, and on my final stitch I'm going to insert purlwise and bring that off of the needle and gently bring that final bit together. And I have just grafted the end of my I-cord bind off with the rolled edge from my garter edge, and I am ready to weave in the end of my swatch. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Thank you so much for watching.